Yabba dabba doo. We are back, everybody. Welcome back. I couldn't go any further than this. I liked it, and so I stopped. I feel like a little bit evil. Feels so weird for it to be so small. Giant beard, giant stash, little beard. Oh, what are we at? Oh yeah, we're gonna go do all of this companion missions. That is right.
The Groundbreaker has approved our request for docking, Captain. You're free to disembark.
I'm doing this for... Gotta go get after some specific supplies.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled.
Rizzo's Purple Berry Punch. You want
Gracious. I was just sitting down.
My engineer's looking for some deep cleansing. Wants
Yo,
to impress
yo.
the chief. What's up?
Still playing, huh?
I am. I'm probably gonna be finishing it here shortly. I came to the end, and I was like, well, let me go talk to everybody, and then I talked to all my companions, and so now I'm running around. Took my break, and now I'm running around to get all my companions done, quests done, and then to finish the game.
How many companions do you have available for your ship?
My whole ship is full of people.
Okay, so other than Nayoka, Alex, the Vicar,
Anytime.
and Prestidia, whatever her name is, who are the other?
Let's see. So we have Ellie, Felix.
Ellie? Who the fuck is Ellie?
Ellie, Felix, Nyoka, Parvita, Vicar, and Sam. Parv is the one who you first get. Ellie was my second person. Then I got Felix. And then I got Sam. Then I got Max. And then I got Nakora. Nyoka Koa. I don't know how to say that shit. So
Nyoka, yeah.
yeah.
I'm missing 2 of those, or I was, before I finished.
If you
Are
stop
you?
in
Yeah, my whole
Mountain,
ship's full, man.
would you ask Parvati to send Sam down to the bridge?
And you have to do the quest for them to join you and shit like that. So
Yeah.
but I mean, you beat it. It's not necessary apparently.
Yeah, Pig's got a little twisted at the end.
Well, don't tell me anything.
No, I mean with people that you've already met with like decisions and shit that I made. I'm not gonna tell you until you
Flakes
finish,
and
but
Purpleberry flavor.
All right, it'll be fine.
yeah. As you see, there ain't no going back.
If you're here for this week's magazine club,
Mother of God.
Brianna Faye, thank you so fucking much for your 11. That's 10,000 tokens again. For your 11 months of support. Thank you. At tier 3, which is more than needed. Thank you. Thank you so much. You rock. Let's give you your points. Your tokens, I should say. Thank you, thank you,
Yabba
thank
dabba
you.
do. Last hit before I go to work.
Yabba dabba doo. My beard's gone, but I couldn't get rid of it all. I stopped at a certain point because I was like, this looks kind of tight. And I look like an old evil villain from back in the day.
Villain.
I posted it up in Discord and Twitter. I got to do it for Facebook too at some point, but I couldn't help myself. I was like, this looks kind of pimp.
Let's see what you look like. Oh wow. It's a big difference. You look like the dude from Game of Thrones.
I don't know.
Littlefinger.
Littlefinger?
Yeah.
That doesn't sound cool at all.
He was the I don't know. I don't know how to describe.
Make sure I'm spelling your
Very
name right,
sly
Brianna,
fellow.
because I kind of tend to do things backwards sometimes. 10,000 tokens, though. There you go. Thank you so fucking much. Thank you. It feels like there's some stuff in it. Anyways.
I think I got just the thing, my dear. A few years back, Auntie Cleo's put out a home makeover kit, and I snagged a couple for myself. High-grade shampoo and conditioner, scrubby brush, a nice lotion, that sort of thing. I still got 'em, too.
What's the scrubby brush for?
Cleaning around your nails, sweetheart. Gets the engine grease out. Makes your hands soft. Most folk don't got the time. Or bathtubs for such, me included. I'll let you have one on clearance. You want rosish, mock apple and cinnamon, or refurbished ship?
Engineer might like refurbished ship, scrub parts and all that.
Like grit and grime covered over with cleaner, you mean? Well, that's a smell that means we're really going places.
I'll just wrap that up for you, since it's for a special occasion.
I'll pay for that, ma'am. Thanks for being so helpful.
You're welcome, dear.
All right.
Anytime, sweetheart.
So let's talk to
Do you
Parvil.
mind if I ask you a question?
Parv,
Like, a personal one?
go for it. What's on your mind?
Is it true what you said? About being on the Hope?
It's true, I woke right before I showed up in Edgewater.
Wow. Well, welcome to Halcyon. I'm Parvati Holcomb. Parvati Holcomb, which you already knew. Okay, I'm bad at this. It's hard, huh? Not knowing anybody, not being sure what's expected or how people are judging you.
Damn.
But you got me now. That's on account.
Mention your mother. I mean, she's dead.
I don't rightly know. She was in another division of the Spacer's Choice family. She worked in the Vale a few months, sorting the cannery computers. Her contract said any kids she had, expected or not, belonged to her office from the time of conception.
Damn, that sucks. That's inhuman.
It's sensible. Dad just fixed machines. She did some kind of crazy math, high-level stuff. Better to raise me on his time than hers.
There's your soap.
Oh, thanks, Captain. I'm gonna put these someplace safe. In her messages, Junlei said her mama used to make this dish for Monarch. And then for dessert, there's a thing called, sweetheart cake. It's made with almond paste and wax gourds. There's gotta be some place in Stellar Bay that can bake a casserole. And I heard tell there's a Rizzo's town near there called Cascadia, what specializes in sweets.
We'll figure it out.
Thanks, Captain. I know I'm asking an awful lot, but I'm sure it's gonna be worth it.
I already have sweet cakes. Need to buy a casserole. Back at the ship.
Captain, if you're looking for crew members Ellie or Felix, they're sharing a drink upstairs.
Boom, 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 boom. Sorry, I keep zoning out.
We are now in orbit above stellar...
We're gonna go to each place. One at each. We're gonna go to each place we need to go to, one companion at a time.
Don't make it small. Like that, it sounds stupid.
Whoa, take it easy. Wrapped up.
You're doing it again.
Whoa, by the stars, my poor heart. I just about pissed my jumpsuit.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you.
Most people don't. Besides, this place is enough to try anyone's nerves.
How's that?
Where should I begin? With the oversized mantisaurs? Or perhaps the rap spewing acid at our walls? The board was right. This place isn't fit for human habitation. And I was a fool for staying.
My engineer's looking to get dustback casserole. Can you cook one of those?
That was a real popular meal 10, 20 years back, before the board tucked tail and ran. These days, everybody's had a belly full of salt tuna. They all want borscht. And the mushrooms, well, not many venture out of town over the monsters hereabouts.
Normal
I can
hoodie.
whip one up for you, but it'll cost. Here's a menu.
Oh, yikes. I can't cover this much, Captain.
Kind of chilly. You take me for an idiot? No damn casserole's worth that much. Try again. Try harder.
What? No, Captain, I don't want you to do it this way.
It's all right, miss. I'm a coward at heart. Made that clear from the outset. Look, Captain, this is the best I can do without putting myself out of business.
Alright.
I'm mighty glad you reckon so. This is gonna take about an hour in the oven. Nothing I can do to speed it. That's just how cooking works. There we are. Now, if you don't mind, I really need to take a leak.
My belly's gurgling just to smell it.
A pleasure.
I really don't
to
like
have
this
such a
beanie.
charming young lady.
Pain in the ass.
You're a gentle soul, miss.
Oh, gosh. My tum's rumbling just smell.
Alright. I think that's it.
The dustback casserole Mr. Raymond made smells incredible. Now look how cute these cakes from Cascadia are. I guess that settles dinner. Thanks for hauling me all over creation, Captain.
You're welcome. Should you get ready for Julie now?
Well, I was gonna, but then it hit me. I got this nice meal all planned out with music, and I got that soap to scrub up with, but I don't got nothing nice to wear, Captain.
Really need to do all this? You're already putting off the date.
Maybe you're right, and I'm stalling a bit. But maybe I also need to, so's I can work up the courage. There's this place I heard of in Byzantium. Joliker's Haberdashery. I bet I could find something nigh on perfect at a
Haberdashery?
place like that.
Alright.
Thanks, Captain. I know I've been asking a lot.
Yeah, you
You
have.
help me out every time.
You've been asking a shitload.
Sam, I must confess, I have not been cleaned for far too long. You're sure this will... Oh, yes. That's the spot exactly. Why, I didn't expect you to be so thorough. I am ashamed to admit. Oh, Captain, there you are. Pardon, but perhaps you could afford us some privacy, please?
We're going somewhere actually. Byzonium.
We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
Shit. Give me 1 second to chat. Sorry, I forgot something.
All right, man. I'm out of here.
Sorry, Chad, I'm back. Is that what I think it is? It's gigantic. Here.
CNP near me.
Oh, look at all the print.
You with the. Don't speak. Hold that posture for a moment while I admire you. You have a natural contrapposto, my dear. The way you rest your weight against your hip suggests a certain rugged charisma possessed only by the mighty primal and the well-traveled spacer. Splendid. I love it. Your walk, your posture, the cut of your clothes. You carry yourself with the bearing of a noble, but you dress like a barbarian. How deliciously outre. I'm Celeste Jolicoeur, and you, my dear, are exactly what Byzantium needs.
Anyways. Trying to sell me something?
I'm an artist.
Think about it.
You don't gotta be so forward about my reasons, Captain.
Let me get a good look at you. Turn around, please, darling. My word. Such muscular shoulders. You're a vision, dear.
I am no such thing, ma'am.
Nonsense. Let me do a
What are you
back
doing?
of the envelope calculation. Materials, labor, licensing and copyright. There.
Good luck. I don't know what you did with them. I try to keep them on there, but they all disappear, so. She's an engineer. You think she can afford that? She needs to impress her true love.
Love. That's the ultimate luxury,
That's
darling.
it. Yeah.
Love. Oh, gracious me.
I don't get why that's funny, ma'am.
Oh, my cherub. Who woos for love anymore? That's so precious. All right, Captain. Here is the absolute best I can do for you. There are some things. Now stand back.
Better be worth it.
And there we are, my darling girl. I wish you a splendiferous evening. And if you don't mind my asking, have you any...
What? Oh,
I wish you weren't so shy.
oh, can you believe this out? Well, I guess that's everything then. You know, there's a part Junlei's been looking for to fix up the air cyclers. They only carried them on big colony ships, like the Hope.
Dude, you're fucking. I'm done with doing this shit, to be honest. If I have to spend another fucking dollar on her, she's not getting anything.
Crew report. Nyoka is drunk. Surprise.
Do I still have to talk to you? Getting a little bit out. It's getting a little bit too much. I'm sorry. It's always one of those damn fucking quests. These damn quests that are fucking way too fucking much. Wait. We already have it or something?
I swear. Oh. Oh, you mean Sam? You should try. What? You want me to leave? Captain, you can't mean it. Oh.
I didn't mean to do that. Said she wanted to go to the Hope and get something that she needed.
The Dawnbreaker has approved our request for docking, Captain. You're free to disembark.
All right. She's on her way. How do I look?
Terrific.
Oh, my hands have finally stopped
So,
shaking.
and the stuff.
All right. Deep breath. Here I go. Anyhow, so I told him, Dad, I'm a big girl now. I ain't need your help. I can do it on my lonesome.
What did he say to that?
Have at it then. And he handed me his favorite wrench, the one he used for the canner. He was probably half as tall as I was. He
didn't scold you for talking back to him?
Alright, so let's leave the ship. Where am I? Sit over here. Take Sam with us. That's long enough.
Okay, Captain, she's gone.
Did it go well?
I'm near about vibrating. I'm so excited. So she got here, and after a few minutes, she said, Hey, do you have some new parts? And I was like, Nah, I used a new soap. And then she just sort of touched my arm real gentle-like and called the cut of my outfit elegant. I couldn't hear the rest on account of my heart was beating so hard. Then I led her into the kitchen. I think she about cried when she saw the spread. Well, sure you could see, but I thought maybe you'd want to know some of what was said. You ain't much of a romantic, huh?
Not too much. Not after you made me spend $10,000 on all your shit.
She stood stock still and just said, Oh, real soft. Oh, and let me tell you, I was sweating. And then she blinked and said, "Is that dustbat casserole?" I told her how we got Mr. Raymond to bake it for us, so it was double authentic. Made by a real live monarchist? Well, we talked when I brung out, but I stopped her because I wanted to say it first. I told her about how she made me feel. Bold like I act. And then she pulled out a paper and read a speech. She talked about the things she admired about me, like my cleverness and my humor, and how it made her want to be more open. Anyhow, when she wrapped up, I asked her to be my girlfriend.
And she said yes. Congratulations.
It's all on your account, you know. Imagine if you'd never taken me out of Edgewater. I'd have never met Junlei at all. I don't know nothing about the Vickers capital P plan, but you've sure changed my life. So, if you don't mind, I'm just gonna head to my cabin and happy...
Alright, cool. Next! Felix.
I am a dirt. The autonomous digital Harping process to sugar.
I was like, where is it?
Hey, you. Looking for something? Where do you think you're going?
Through you if you push me.
Hey, nice form. Good delivery, too. You looking to join Captain Harlow's crew, huh? All right, go on through. Got my sights on.
Way. Let's see about Felix's armor. My armor to begin with, actually. Felix can do. All right.
Well, hey there, Hullhead. Clawed your way out of the groundbreaker at long last?
Uh-huh. Oh, sorry, were you expecting me to say something? Maybe a long time no see, or a you've aged, old man?
Well, this is awkward.
So, you took Felix under your wing. Kept him busy. Good. Kid always needed a place to belong.
I don't know what you're trying to say, but he's earned his keep with us.
Hear that, Clyde? I've been making something out of myself.
So long as you haven't been making a fool of yourself. I'm sure Felix has no end of stories to tell of your exploits together. I look forward to catching up with the boy.
Tell me why we're here.
I'm working on something. Something big. Something the likes of which Halcyon has never seen. And I want Felix to be a part of my initiative. I'm fulfilling a promise I made to the boy, that one day he and I would change the colony together. That day has finally arrived.
Easy there, Clyde. No one said nothing about throwing in with you. In case you didn't notice, I'm pretty happy where I am.
I'm not asking you to walk away from your captain, Felix, but neither should you allow yourself to be controlled by fear. Change is not to be feared. I brought you here because I want to know where Felix's loyalties lie. When the day of our revolution comes, I want to know that I can rely on him.
Expect me to hand over my crew? Go fuck yourself. Allow me to enlighten you. Felix is loyal to me.
I understand that Felix is part of your crew, at least for now. If the thought of losing him troubles you, then understand that you're helping him solve a problem for an old friend. I want you to deal with a traitor for me. Name's Trask. Kill him, and bring me proof of his death. His ring should do nicely.
God, I'm not used to this not being here. Can't control your own people, Harlow?
We're not a band of common pirates, Captain. We are revolutionaries. I expect a certain degree of intestinal fortitude from my soldiers. Trask was a coward.
Percent I take care of your problem. What happens after that?
Then Felix will have done me a favor, and I will be grateful. I imagine we'll catch up on lost time, have a long talk about his future.
What did he do to deserve death?
Ratted us out to the board. He's been an informant. Has been for years. When he realized I was onto him, he and his little cadre mutinied. Killed 5 of my own and tucked tail. I don't know where he's hiding, but his wife might. Rosanna. Lives on the Groundbreaker last I checked. Rosanna knows my crew by name and face, but you're a stranger to her. She'll talk to you.
What do you think, Felix?
Clyde offered me a hand when nobody else would. I'd say I owe him a good turn.
There you have it, Captain. A favor for an old friend.
Something more you're not letting on.
You think so? Maybe we should have a word with Trask. Get his side of the story first.
You'd be wasting your breath bandying words with that traitor. But if it makes you feel better, by all means. Remember, I want proof. Bring me his ring. I don't care if the hand's still attached. Here, my token. Think of this as my personal signature. Anyone who knows me by my works will know me by this token.
Captain, I've been thinking. Something about this Harlow guy isn't on the up and up.
You want to expand on that?
Come on, Felix. He's obviously up to something.
He is. I agree.
Glad it's not just me. The way Harlow is leaning on his revolutionary bona fides, not to mention his knowing Felix back in the day, something about it feels off.
Clyde's a decent fellow. I mean, it's not like I'd take up with some double-dealing crook, right?
Good. That makes 2 of us.
Socks on too. Getting chilly already. we go. Headed back to the interior. I don't know where exactly we're heading to, but we will find out sooner or later.
If you stop in the engine room, would you ask...
Groundbreaker, huh?
Destination reached. The Groundbreaker. I think...
We're taking both of them with us. Yeah, this is about right.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Tossball finals are scheduled to air...
You mind? Trying to have a moment here.
Moment. You're Rosalind Trask?
Yeah, I was called that once upon a day. You need something?
Rufus Trask, I'm told he lived around here.
Rufus and I are no longer on speaking terms. I don't know where he is. And if I did, I wouldn't tell you.
Oh, you wouldn't? Okay. Well... If you know where Trask is, you want to tell me. I'm on the level, you can ask Julie about me.
You're telling me you're on a first-name basis with Ms. Tennyson?
I'm not one of Harlow thugs, you can trust me.
All right. I'm gonna take your word for it. Rufus is hiding out in Emerald Vale. Got a few friends with him. That's as much as I know.
Budged. Right. So, Emerald Vale is where we're headed to.
Some crew members are causing a disturbance on the ship.
I destroyed this town, Chad. I haven't been back here
We
since.
are now in orbit above Edgewater, Captain.
It's gonna be pretty bad.
I smell blood. Heads up, boss! Yeah! That's what you get! That's the last of them!
Mm-hmm. Looks like we found our little entry. Hello, Dead. Happy Sunday to you.
I don't know who
I couldn't
you
get rid
are
of
or
it
why
all.
you're prowling around here, but I'm
And I
willing to
stopped
make a
because it
guess.
reminded me
You're
of
Harlow's gun hands, ain't you? He sent you after me.
V for Vendetta. Thought it looked cool. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. That's right, Harlow said you betrayed him.
Yeah, of course he did. Thing is, you and I are at an impasse. Harlow wants me dead, and I've got no intention of dying.
Why did you betray him?
How do I know that I can trust you?
Oh, is she streaming? Nice. Yeah, as soon as I'm done with this, I'll be done for the day. So we're almost done with this game. If I wanted to kill you, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Yeah, guess that's a fair point. Listen, I don't know what lies Harlow's dripped down your ear, but you'd be a fool to trust him.
Right?
I never betrayed Harlow. Harlow betrayed all of us. The board's got him in their pocket, been paying him off for years. All that palaver about revolutions? It's a lie.
You're a real piece of work, Trask. Not just a turncoat, but a liar, too.
Go piss up a rope, kid. I've got nothing to prove to you. That's the whole truth. Harlow's just another bored asset.
That's what he says about
a two-bit
you.
mercenary wearing a dissident's clothes.
You're asking me to take your word for it. Show me some evidence.
Yeah, I've got proof. There's always a paper trail when the board's involved. I chanced upon some correspondence between Harlow and his employer. I don't know that it makes a difference. What was I to do with that evidence? Bring it in front of the board? There's no authority in Halcyon willing to take Harlow to task.
If you've got proof, let's see it.
I hid my papers before Harlow chased me out. Back in the middle of the base, there's an old vent in a utility corridor. I stashed my evidence in that vent.
Why would they buy off Harlow?
Because he's for sale. Anything the board can buy, the board will buy, and that includes loyalty. Harlow was a charismatic bastard, and he was ruthless. With Harlow in their pocket, the board had an informant, a pirate, a smuggler, and a gang leader all rolled up into one odious excuse for a human being. Sounds like a deal to me.
What was Harlow doing before the board?
Board-sanctioned piracy. Harlow went after the ships the board wanted destroyed, capturing anybody the board wanted captured. If we captured you, we'd ransom you. Harlow liked to do the job himself. Gather up the captives on his own ship, vanish for a couple of days. Only that's not what happened. Harlow's been selling his captives off to the board. I don't know where they ended up. Re-education, Tartarus, maybe worse. Take it you've made up your mind.
I'm not gonna kill you, but I am gonna ask you for your ring.
You gonna tell Harlow I'm dead? May as well. I'm never going back to that life again. Here, take the ring. And for what it's worth, my gratitude.
Find the evidence. Where's the evidence at? Back at Harlow's base. It could be worth a look. Alright, let's go. I like flying around the system. I thought we'd be going to different like galaxies slash use solar systems, like the whole shebang. Doesn't fucking let you see where you're at.
Behind you.
That machine stole my bits. Why do we even have one of these?
Turn to Harlow with Felix. Holy shit, how many things do I have to do here?
If you stop in the engine room, would you ask Parvati?
Oh, we are at Harlow. No, that wasn't... Okay, hold on. Let's see if I have what it says on the thing. Yep. Get ready, we're gonna have to fight, I'm pretty damn sure.
What's the word?
Trask said it had a lot to say about you, Harlow.
Not surprised. Trask was a dead man trying to negotiate with his own executioner. He'd say anything to preserve his life.
Trask told us you've been working for the board.
That's a damning accusation. Am I right to presume you have some evidence on hand?
Showing the papers, you've been bought off. I've got the receipts.
Those papers don't prove a thing. We've all done business with the board. They own the whole damn colony. Trask put you up to this. That miserable wretch. He's trying to undermine everything I stand for.
When we met, you told me Trask was an informant for the board. You were lying.
You've got a lot of nerve calling me a liar to my face.
Why would he rat you out to your own employers?
How should I know? But what the hell do I care? Trask was a traitor. I didn't ask you to understand his motives. I asked you to cross him off.
Clyde, look me in the eye and tell me it's not true. Tell me, and I'll believe you.
Don't talk to me like I'm some common criminal, Felix. You're the one on trial, not me. I don't know what kind of poison that snake dripped in your ear, but as far as I'm concerned, you've been compromised.
Make them ready.
Oh shit.
Down they go. Try that again.
Dudes. Anyways, let's make it back to the ship. Oh, I still have enemies? Who wants to mess with me?
What?
Captain, if you're looking for crew members Ellie or Felix, they're sharing it.
So then I says, fine, I'll pay you.
This is definitely not how I imagined it'd end. The void's black, water's wet, and Clyde hated the board. That's something I just knew. Now? I don't know. I don't know what to think.
You never really know what's going on in someone's skull.
No. I guess you really don't. I've just got a lot on my mind right now. This is a lot to take in. I always looked up to Clyde. The thought that he could be an agent of the board is just abhorrent to me. I just hope I never turn out like that. Selling my soul for a fistful of bits.
I think you're better than that.
Thanks for the vote of confidence, boss. You've given me a lot to think about. Part of me wishes we'd put Trask in the ground. You know, I think that's just my frustration talking. Thanks for your time.
Welcome. Alright, so that's the end of that one. One more to go.
We are now in orbit above Stellar Bay, Captain.
Alright, let's move out. We're going to go up that way, and I think the way to do it is to go back down and through here. That guy was correct.
That's how it's done, Captain.
Oh yeah.
Who's ready for more?
That was badass.
Hayes was the best self-sacrificing son of a saint I ever met. Now, if we're gonna lure the Manta Queen out, we'll need to find Rebecca and Anders. They took a UDL contract on Terra 2. We never heard from them again. Think it's time I call in a favor with Hiram. If anyone can track them down, it's him.
The information broker. Okay, so let's go to the station. Fuck, do we get through there?
So much for peace and quiet.
Once you open the door to me, it's gonna be fucking open forever.
Slack. And I don't see an... Oh, great. I love doing pro bono work for friends.
Aw, you called us friends. I'd normally entertain your self-aggrandizing delusions, but this time it's important.
Important to you is not the same as important to me. Although I do recognize that you may have earned some goodwill during your months laboring for me.
He's your friend, Persuade.
Tug on my heartstrings, why don't you? Look, I'll do what I can, all right?
Rebecca Hodges and Anders Wadsworth. They took a UDL contract back when Monarch went to shit, and I need to find them. I believed them to be on Terra 2.
If UDL hired 2 hunters back then, it would have been for creature clearing purposes, round 1 of their Spacer's Choice outposts. These are the coordinates for the outpost under the last UDL contract. Now scram. And, good luck. Yes, the one that crashed. I saw it on the security feed. A bit grainy, but what about it?
Parts failure.
Not surprising. Replacement parts are rare, so the cost of even a simple repair can exceed an arm and a... I take it you invest... Don't guess the captain would have quite pegged the price of disrepair being the cost of their lives, but these things happen. A shame. I'm getting... Give my...
Alright, so I need to go now? Where are we going? Where are we going? Fast travel from this location. That's where we're going, back to the Unreliable. One day, this game will finish when I find the correct way to go.
So then I told him, oh. We are now in orbit above Edgewater, Captain.
There's no weed in there. Right now I gotta load a bowl. But we're gonna load a bowl right before we do the final thing. It's just...
Rebecca! Anders! Come on out! Huh? That's the last of them.
Huh. Rebecca taught me this once. You can jerry-rig these old locks so as they don't open anymore. But we've only ever done that if we're in a real bind. Here, I'll fix it.
They didn't make it.
Uh-oh. This looks bad.
Babyface faded. Allah help me, but Anderson was right. We never should have taken this contract. I thought Monarch was bad, but this is unbearable. Everyone here is blind or addled. We're stuck. Back home we had to fight every meal because there were no meals that you could make for yourself. There was plenty, but nobody's allowed to give you one. We've been stealing bits and pieces of life from everywhere we can. It's a living hell here. We're sick of it, getting sick. Broiled, wrapped on, and stinking like sulfur no matter how hard you scrub. Of fighting day in and day out. We're exhausted. You never should have left. I just thought maybe we could have been done better. Miss you, kid. Marauders at the door. Anderson's bled out. I'm on my way. I won't let them get me. Not alive anyway. I've seen what those monsters do.
They were... That bitch! They were all set to abandon us! What would Clara say, huh? Every day she'd ask if we heard from you. And she'd have forgiven you. The kid had a soul that made the sulfur smell like roses. I'd to leave your medallions to rot with you, but Clara would want to be buried with her sister. At least I know. Ought to have learned by now that getting one's hopes up tends to open them to being dashed across the stars. I hate to say this, but Clara died thinking her sister was still fighting to get back home. I'm glad. If she were still alive now, it'd break her to know the truth.
She'd still want to know the same as you did.
Yeah, maybe. I'm used to disappointment. She was still so naive as to let it hurt her every time it happened. Only thing left is to take these medallions home, which means figuring out how to bait the Mana Queen out of our old base. The most pissed off I've ever seen a queen was when a foreign species was on her soil. I'd wager the stench of a primal might do the trick. That'd be boring. Half the fun in exploring is the fact that you're on an unknown trail. I've never had the pleasure of hunting primals, but I hear they're all over Scylla. Let's tear a few apart, shall we? I'm sure they've got pheromones. Everything does.
Alright, gotta go back to the Unreliable. Take flight. This is the last mission before we do the final mission.
I believe I hear Felix and Parvati discussing the latest Aetherwave serial.
Good for them. Fucking silica.
Destination reached. Scylla.
where it's going, messing up again. I hope it doesn't stay like that. We're almost done and almost have this beat. What the fuck? Can I just not pick them up or what? Do I need to pick every one of them up?
Unexpected.
Just running through here with this thing destroying shit.
That queen ain't gonna go down easy. I can't.
She'll go down easy enough.
What's up?
These glands are gross. Take them, please.
Outstanding. These ought to be enough. Let's get back to Monarch. There's an old base I passed.
Go.
Sam, my vacuum tubes require... We're now in orbit above Stellar Bay, Captain.
Damn it. Bet it's right over here. Torch this place down. Inspect the feeding grounds. Here we go.
Well, this is the spot. You know, I thought I'd be angry. I thought I'd storm in here in a rage and exterminate all these bugs and everything would be all right in the end. But I ain't. I'm mostly just empty. A little sad, maybe. The first night Hayes and I spent in here, we knew it was home. It's safe. It's got a nice chill to it. But mostly, it doesn't stink of sulfur. Monarch folks often joke about it. It's because there's no escaping it. But here, somehow the sulfur never made it. The nights we spent in here felt like vacations. So we started building.
All this?
We hauled in steel, hired sublight folk to help. 4 of us for a while, scraping together what bits we could to build our home. Then came Rebecca, a sawbones out of the Cascadia survivors, who took a kindness to Hayes. And Clara, her little sister.
And a brave kid.
More like attached at the hip to her older sister. She had a head for numbers. Clara, Hayes, Anders, Rebecca, Opal, and me. 6 folks, 1 name, 1 family. Charon. Despite Monarch trying to kill us day in and day out, we managed to belong.
They're on us.
I wish these were more auspicious circumstances, but at least we're all here. This bringing them together, burying them. This is the kind of thing Hayes would have done. That makes it stupid. By all accounts, we should have left well enough alone, but that also makes it right. Captain, thank you.
You're welcome.
You mind if we rest a spell before we head out? I'd like to bury Opal and Clara proper.
Good. He's buried. Good job. Is that it? Oh, nope. Yep. Yep, that's it. Alright, let's go get this ready. Get this done almost.
Some crew members are causing a disturbance on the ship.
Alright, so we're ready to go. We're not going to start this yet. We're going to load a bull, and then we're going to start it. Good. Love that giant Jupiter-like planet right in front of us. Go. Fucking roll, chat.
I am pleased to inform you that we have arrived at the labyrinth. Please be advised that the punishment for trespassing is execution. Please be advised that electrical storms on the surface of Tartarus make departure impossible at this time.
Just tastes so good. Know anything else useful about Tartarus?
Resident count is as follows: 3,071. Resident deaths, including but not limited to executions, are as follows: 1,684. Resident escapes are as follows: 0. The interior can be chilly. Take a scarf with you, Captain.
Okay.
I would also ask that you leave your captain's ID with me, in the event that you do not return.
Okay.
Understood. If you die or are incarcerated for life, I can generate a new ID for the next captain. I would prefer if you return, though.
Okay.
Oh, speak of the devil. Captain, I am receiving a transmission from the prison's docking authority.
Uh-oh.
Attention, unauthorized spacecraft. This is a maximum security installation. Your presence here is an explicit violation of UDL corporate policy. You are hereby confined to your docking platform until a ticket detailing your crimes has been filed and notarized, at which point your vessel will be seized and you will be executed.
How long will that take?
I wager it'll take a bit longer than it takes you to lose your patience and storm out of your ship looking to get shot. To be honest, that'd make my job a lot easier. You come out, we shoot you full of holes, and then everyone goes about their day worry-free. Except you. You'll be dead.
Oh, will I? Okay. Don't have enough? What? Why not bother with the ticket?
Protocol is important. The sentencing of Tartarus Docking Authority signing up. Wait, is that from the Groundbreaker? What the? Pay no mind to that. Just have a pleasant day.
Transmission terminated. How can I be of assistance? I request you...
Here we go. I wonder if this is where we were supposed to go. Kind of seems like it. This way. Oh, there is no that way to go. Okay, so we do have to come up here. And I'll find my way out if I have to. I'm hoping I don't have to.
The captain did right by us once. Now it's our turn. The board will never own Groundbreaker. Not while I breathe. Push on, Mardats!
Holy shit.
As you were.
I don't know where these guys came from, but we had support from somewhere. Like, I think they came out of here. I don't know who they were. Lots and lots of stuff. One guy survived out of all of them. Crazy looking fucking planet.
Never planned on seeing the inside of this place.
This might be the loneliest place in the whole system. Let's look around. There's gotta be a few ways through here.
I have to hide. No one's gonna be able to see me, and if they do see me, we're gonna have to start a riot and destroy and kill everyone, which I normally don't have an issue with. Did I see someone cool around that corner? Oh, never mind, I did not. Bucks. We are the boss. No one hears us shooting and we're just walking through here all nonchalantly and shit. Okay. You. silence, error, undefined. Access storage. Next time I find a decomposing woolly cow box in here, I'm leaving it in the air conditioning intake for a week. Ooh. Access storage manifest. Continue. Access architectural records. Finally concluding, and thus ordering the maintenance structural integrity throughout the area, the pit. You remember that the chambers are installed with similar fashion around the supporting structure dug into the crust of Tartarus to a maximum depth of. This conclusion extends for another 2 pages.
Let's go, troops. Stellar Base counting on us.
Open fire!
Explosion barrel. That. Keep moving through. Huh. Unsealed door. Door unsealed. Actually, let's go to this and repair all equipped armor.
Well, look who it is. I'll be damned.
Yabba dabba doo.
I was prepping the studio for our announcement, and here you are as a bonus. I had heard you'd taken a mechanic under your wing. What's the matter, girl? Couldn't find actual employment?
The captain's treated me right. Better than any of you bored folk ever have. I'm exactly where I want to be.
Ah, and the wayward doctor. Are you about done with your escapades? We have faces that need lifting, after all.
These days, I'm more interested in breaking them. Wouldn't mind taking a swing at yours.
When you go off and get yourself shot, try to avoid taking one to the face. I'll want it recognizable to show to my citizens.
Chairman Rockwell, I presume.
My word! You've correctly identified the most recognizable man in the colony. Remarkable. It's a wonder what Phineas saw in you. Then again, he's an insane person. Thankfully, he's our insane person now. A proper company man.
Phineas would rather die than cooperate.
Yes, he is an extraordinarily obstinate fellow, isn't he? Fine, he isn't working for us per se. Semantics, he'll come around. But that's between us. As far as my adoring citizens will know, we've turned a dangerous crackpot into a working-class man. It's a miracle.
That crackpot is saving the frozen colonists you gave up on.
Oh yes, go on, wake them up, add more mouths to feed. That'll solve our starvation problems. I don't know what half-baked plans that simpleton in a lab coat has been leading you through, but it's done. It's over. Let me ask you something, Captain. Have you at any point thought about not fucking up our entire society?
At least that means someone's recognizing our work.
You're right.
I'm making actual progress towards stabilization and recovery. You're just getting in the way.
I wouldn't have to if you'd be more cooperative about all this.
Oh, right. This coming from the psychopathic outlaw. Yes, I'll try to be more open-minded about your path of wanton dissent. We don't need your help.
Persuade 90. With your resources and some of the folks on Hope, we could do a lot.
I'll admit, there's no shortage of talent in the scientists and engineers there. Look, I'm not an unreasonable man. If you manage to storm the castle, as it were, and make it out of here with Phineas alive, I can't exactly afford more havoc than you've already caused. Fine. If you survive, you'll need someone to sell the rest of the board on your plan.
Right, you just wait here for my orders. What do I do now?
All right, MSI. I'm not one for rousing speeches, but the captain needs our help. So get in there and fight!
Maybe I saved it after I did something. I know, right, Jackie? It's all gone. I couldn't do it all because A, I was liking this look. B, oh, I have to do all this again?
Wait. Having it.
So yeah. Do you? I feel, it kind of feels like I'm a little bit evil too. Like, you know, like, that evilish miscreant look, or not miscreant. What's the word? Mischievous. Like, or that would work too. Yeah, pirates. That pirate would work. What about yeah, I don't know. I just had to stop. I was like, if I had like a bowler hat, like this would be perfect. Rather die than cooperate. An evil villain.
Oh, yes. I don't know. Let me ask.
We're helping, which is more than you can say.
We're all more cooperative about this. Persuade.
I'll admit, there's no... Look.
You're damn right you will, otherwise I'm coming for you next. Okay, sounds good, Jackie. This is the end of this game.
All right, MSI. I'm not one for rousing speeches, but the captain needs our help. So, get in there and fight!
Damn. Gotta do this all over again.
I've got work to do.
Oh, did it save it right after I did this? Okay. Yeah. At least it saved it there this time. I'm gonna torch these fuckers.
All right, MSI. I'm not one for rousing speeches, but the captain needs our help. So, get in there and fight!
Waste of company ammo.
Go.
Guess this is it, huh?
Whatever comes of this, I'm just real glad to know you all.
Captain, you have an uncanny talent for complicating my life. You've disrupted the balance of power. You've upset the natural order of things. You've introduced uncertainty.
That's me.
And there is nothing I despise more than uncertainty.
Oh, yeah? It's over, Sophia. Stand down.
I'm afraid I can't do that. To your credit, Captain, you are one of the colony's finest specialists.
Thank you.
Your technical abilities are beyond reproach. For all your talents, you are the enemy of Halcyon, and therefore you are my enemy.
I'm here for finish. Just let him go.
You make a nuanced and compelling argument. Here's my rebuttal.
No.
No. Dr. Wells is being held in my custody. His cooperation will prove invaluable, even if I have to beat it out of him. All that's left to do is put down this riot, arrest you, and then get on with the bloody business of saving this colony.
Talk about this.
Fair enough. I'm giving you exactly one chance to parlay with me.
I don't have any of that, so... On second thought...
This prison is equipped with an automechanical warden. I've had it programmed to eliminate you on sight and rinse your remains down a drain.
Okay.
And don't worry. I will inform Dr. Wells that you died heroically, or something.
Process.
Did it. Hibernation chamber key. Ladies. Did it, chat.
Why won't you just die?
There we go.
You don't know how glad I am to see you. You did the right thing. Akande was a monster. Her death was much deserved, and long overdue. And you lunatic, you broke into the board's own fortress just to rescue one doddering old man. You are absolutely out of your mind, and I can't begin to thank you enough.
It's me. You alright? What did they do to you?
I'm all right, thanks to you. Akande wanted my cooperation. I'm quite sure she would have beaten it out of me if you hadn't arrived. You've broken the board's stranglehold on this colony, and you saved my life. But there's still so much we have yet to accomplish.
You and I are going to have to work harder than ever to save Halcyon. I'm afraid the situation is far worse than any of us ever anticipated.
I don't like the sound of that at all.
Earth has gone dark. We haven't received a single message in 3 years. There's been no communication, no signals, nothing. 2 years ago, the Earth's Directorate's frigate disappeared on their way back to Earth. We don't know what they discovered when they arrived, or if they arrived at all.
They haven't exactly been hands-on around here anyway. So there's one less rubber stamp to worry about.
Earth is humanity's home planet, Miss Fenhill. The psychological effects of losing our original home will be devastating.
You mean we're all alone out here? Really alone?
I'm afraid so, Miss Holcomb. Halcyon is the only home we have left. Returning to Earth is no longer an option. We're in serious trouble, my friend. Do you know what this means for Halcyon? We can't rely on Earth for support anymore. We've been cut loose. We're entirely on our own.
We have a lot of work ahead of us. Let's get started.
Yes, we do. You've done a marvelous thing. You've succeeded where anyone else would have failed, including me. We must begin the revival process immediately, starting with the Hope's brightest minds, and then we're going to fix this damn colony, one problem at a time. We're going to need a leader, and I can't imagine a better person for the job than you. What do you say, old friend?
All right, let's
Will
do
you
this.
help us?
Count on me.
When I revived you, I thought you were going to help me save this colony. I was wrong. I had our roles reversed, you see. You're the one who's going to save us all. I'm just the one who set you on your path. You're the best thing to ever happen to Halcyon. If you want to take it upon yourself to lead this colony, you have my support. We're not a colony any longer, are we? Our last connection to Earth has been severed, and so we have been set free. Our future is uncertain, and no one knows what tomorrow holds. Exciting, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
The OSI teaches that everything in the universe happens according to the grand plan. But the stranger that arrived in Halcyon was an unplanned variable. From the moment he landed in Emerald Vale, his actions altered the course of history. The events on Tartarus brought about the end of the Board's authority. But the Board's mistakes would haunt the colony for decades to come. The damage they left behind would require the work of a generation to repair. Dr. Phineas Wells began reviving a handful of the Hope's colonists. Engineers, scientists, technicians, and intellectuals.
Did you, Jupiter?
They were among the brightest minds the Earth had ever sent out into the stars. The Hope scientists and engineers woke up in a colony descending headlong into total collapse. With no way to return to Earth, they had no choice but to band together and devote themselves to the cause of saving Halcyon. The people of Halcyon were nothing if not hardy. In the absence of the Board's authority, many of the colony's settlements banded together with a single purpose in mind: survival. Life was especially hard in the years to come. Some towns dissolved by attrition and starvation, but most of them found a way to carry on. In the years to come, Halcyon was forced to reckon with its newfound freedom. The Board was gone, and for better or worse, the colony was responsible for its own destiny. Between MSI's worker-centric policies and the iconoclast's manpower, Sanjar and Zora were able to rally many of the Terra 2 townships to their cause. MSI's workforce swelled, and the iconoclasts enjoyed a significant surge in their ranks. The Board was too distracted by infighting and internal politics to stop MSI from becoming a powerful corporation and a refuge for townships that might have fallen through the cracks. Sublight Salvage adapted to the changes in Halcyon, shifting their business model to suit the times. Their claims of legitimacy were scrutinized, but ultimately unquestioned. Lilia Hagen would continue to protect her family as ruthlessly as ever. The collapse of Edgewater left its workers bereft of any purpose in life. Most of them made their way to Adelaide McDevitt's camp, hoping to ingratiate themselves into her favor. Adelaide accepted only a few to her community. The rest were turned away, and likely died of starvation. Nevertheless, Adelaide's camp grew into a well-established town. Adelaide McDevitt refused to cooperate with the ongoing effort to save Halcyon from collapse. A sympathetic deserter stole a copy of her research and delivered it to the Hope's scientists.
Nice.
It is unclear how useful Adelaide's research was. An optimistic estimate suggests her work may have bought Halcyon another few years of survival. Adelaide would never know. She died that winter. Under the leadership of Junlei Tennyson, the Groundbreaker held firm against corporate influence. The ship's mechanical stability gave Junlei the time to educate a promising generation of engineers, schooled in her family's traditions. The future of the Groundbreaker looks promising. The rediscovery of the Hope and the abandonment of the lifetime employment program forced Byzantium to come to terms with some uncomfortable realities about the state of Halcyon. While Byzantines were reluctant to surrender the luxuries they'd grown accustomed to, the board's diminished authority gave them little choice in the matter. Nearly everyone had to learn to make do with less. Some even had to get jobs. It was a dark time.
Yeah, that's what you guys get.
Your influence shifted Ellie's perspective. She finally admitted, albeit grudgingly, that she just might need other people. Sometimes. With a steady income from the life insurance payouts, she was finally able to afford a ship of her own. She hired a small crew and flew supply missions to communities on the fringe. Some of them were even legal. Life in Halcyon was sobering for Felix Millstone. The grand revolution he dreamed of never came. There was no great awakening for the colony, no celebrations in the streets. There was only the hard, desperate work of trying to repair a broken colony. Felix never had a head for numbers, but if there was labor to be done, he was there to help. Eventually, Felix realized that the work of a revolution was done with two hands. As much as he enjoyed his adventures aboard the Unreliable, the vicar, known as Max, eventually decided that it was time to move on, to live out the life he had sought so long to create. He knew there were many in the colony who carried burdens much worse than the ones he had struggled with, and he devoted himself to easing their suffering wherever he could. He only ever took up arms again to defend the defenseless. Unshackled from a lifetime of striving and fighting the universe and himself, Vicar Maximilian de Soto was finally at peace.
Nice.
Once the matter with the Hope colonists was resolved, Junlei bashfully asked Parvati if she'd like to join her permanently on the Groundbreaker, and Parvati enthusiastically, if somewhat awkwardly, agreed. The stories of her adventures spread across the colony, and Parvati soon found herself the center of attention. Having served as the engineer of a renowned spacecraft, tramp freighters and wildcat miners sought her out by name. And in no time, she was a fixture in the Groundbreaker's mechanical ecosystem. She and Junlei were never far apart. Nyoka returned to Monarch to take another crack at making a permanent life for herself. She formed the Charon Group, a mercenary outfit of ragtag survivalists and wilderness experts. Anyone in need of a guide, or just looking to throw back a beer and swap stories, could find her camping on the trail or clearing an infestation. The SAM unit that accompanied you spread awareness of the product line's superior sanitation and maintenance capabilities across what was left of the colony. This led to a boost in SAM unit sales. Did you know that SAM units are the longest-lasting, toughest-acting cleaning solution in Halcyon?
Fuck yeah, I did.
Minister Clark was released from house arrest, having his contact with you gave him a sense of renewed purpose and vigor. Once it became clear that no help would be coming from Earth, he threw his considerable efforts and talents into helping Halcyon manage the crisis before it. Chairman Rockwell served as the public face for the changes in Halcyon to come. Whenever you needed strings pulled or a voice to sell a policy change, Rockwell was only too happy to oblige.
He better have.
As for Dr. Phineas Wells, he spent his remaining years in his orbital lab. He eventually came to terms with his own past and was able to forgive the mistakes of his younger self by devoting his remaining years to serving the colony. In the end, Dr. Wells was able to save every scientist and engineer aboard the Hope.
Fuck yes.
Over the next decade, nearly all of the Hope's remaining colonists were successfully revived. Halcyon saw a period of rapid technological and scientific advancement. Breakthroughs in dietary supplements saved the colony from starvation. Geoengineering projects and social reforms began to change the structure and character of the colony. Dr. Wells laid the groundwork for the project to save the colony, but he would never live to see the fruits of his labor. He passed away a few years later. His work was carried on by the scientists and engineers he revived. Today, Halcyon has stabilized. The people of the colony work hard to adapt to their new circumstances. Nearby colonies send aid and supplies. Life will never be easy in Halcyon, but for the first time in its history, there exists a sense of real, genuine hope about the future. And what about you, the unplanned variable in the history of Halcyon? Long after Wells passed away, you carried on his work with more energy, determination, and brilliance than he could ever muster. The years that followed were hard, but Halcyon survived by the efforts of the Hope's most promising colonists, the greatest of which was you. No one knows what's happened to Earth, and no one knows what the future has in store for Halcyon. All we know for certain is this: the name of the Unreliable and that of its intrepid captain will remain the subject of countless stories for years to come.
Well, that was some fucking awesome shit.